Alright, so, I noticed that Chelsea had presented our video in the WebEX session, so I'm going to talk a little bit about what I've done as far as revisions for the script for the voice thread, the content outline, the treatment, the usage and evaluation plan, and discussing this document, the project planning document. All right, so far, I've got this is just a rough outline for the voice thread. It's not finalized by any means. So here's some of the questions that I was going to ask, which I changed a little bit in the final script to make it focus more on the role of the process monitor rather than just being a good team member in general. I even included some voice recordings of the questions that would play automatically with the slides. I don't know if you'll be able to hear this, but I'm going to just play it for an example. And then it would give the students some time to think about this. I'm hoping maybe to do a little bit more group work with the voice thread, like get with the partner and talk about how you would do this. So that's what I'm planning to do. But yeah, like I said, this is just the rough outline, which I think I might have touched up pretty well in the new script, which is here, I believe. So here was our script for the video, and down here is for the voice thread, and I changed the first question to being the idea of teamwork is that everybody has an important role to play. In this lesson, we've talked about the process monitor. Take a moment to think, and in your own words, try to summarize as best as you can the responsibilities of the process monitor. Write down a few notes if it will help. I just refreshed everyone's memory, I guess you could say, about the role of the process monitor, which is different than this first question in the outline or rough draft of from the voice thread. Another question, the second question in the rough draft was, in your own words, explain why you think it is important for group members to listen to each other and be open to new ideas. I scrapped that one to make it more focusing once again on the process monitor role. Now imagine that you are a process monitor for a group project like the one you saw in the video. If you were the process monitor of a group project at school, how would you keep everyone on track with their goals? And here is kind of where I'm thinking, this third question is where I'm thinking about incorporating some sort of group work. I haven't added it yet, but I'm probably going to. Or did I do that with the last one? Yeah, okay, never mind. With the last question, I asked the students to share what kind of questions they would ask from the third question with a partner and discuss back and forth how they would help their teammates, like exchange ideas, how they would help their teammates overcome an obstacle in their group work without taking their task from them. Let's see what else. I revised the content outline, the treatment statement, and the usage and evaluation plans in accordance to the appropriate grade level takes that we're trying to shoot for, the 3rd and 5th grade. So, I rearranged things a little bit here to make it more clear what's going to be in the video, what's going to be text message. What's going to be in the voice thread and the conclusion, and what to expect from the after lesson activity, which I'm thinking I might change. Or wait, no, maybe not. No. The after lesson activity is different from the questions on the voice thread, I suppose. So yeah, there's those. After question activities are like true and false, cooperation, and being a good listener. I might change this again to make it more about process monitor, because the next two, or I might just delete it. I mean, they could answer these two questions because they're about process monitor. Treatment. As you can see, like I mentioned, I made it about 3rd and 5th graders. I continued to go on and make it more about the process monitor rather than it just being directions on how to build a birdhouse out of recyclable materials like it was before. And then there's the usage and evaluation plan. I thought Chelsea did a good job of answering the questions for this. I just threw on a few more questions at the end here since it said we needed at least 9. I think I added these last 2 is what I did, basically. And I will be sending that to her as soon as I can. Here is the document that I was using to record. I plan to add it on at the end of the video that we already have and re-rendering it and uploading it again to YouTube so it's all one video. But this is what I used as an example. You could see I changed some things to use as an example when explaining the milestone and the resources and the timeline. And here's the script that I used for this document presentation that I'm going to add to the video. And I'm going to, tack it on to the revised script here just before VoiceThread. So it's going to be at the end of the video script section and before the VoiceThread section of the script. And here's what I have for this document presentation so far. It looks like it's running up to 7 minutes right now, but don't worry. It's going to go through some editing. There's some cuts that need to be done. So it's probably going to be I want to estimate about 3 minutes. I'm going to try and get it down to 2 minutes at the shortest. But yeah, a lot of cuts and revisions are going to be made, so this is just kind of the rough draft of the document presentation right now. And I think that that's all I have to show for the time being. Questions I might have. Let's see. What kind of questions might I have? This always happens, whenever you ask, does anybody have any questions? Nobody can think of anything, but then they get all confused later on down the road. I'm probably going to have a lot of questions while I'm working with the VoiceThread on voicethread.com because it seems a little confusing to me at the time being. So I'm probably going to be sure to Blackboard message about that. And I'm wondering if I should include some links or something with the VoiceThread, or if it's... I want to know if this is okay. Not this is the rough draft, but if just asking some in-depth questions is enough to make up the VoiceThread. I'll probably add in some images relating to VoiceThread. Related to the process monitor and teamwork. But I'm just not really sure what all to put in the VoiceThread, I would like some insight on that, some suggestions what I should put in the VoiceThread besides the questions and my voice and pictures. Okay, well, that's all I have for now. Thank you for watching. I hope this just about covers it. Yeah. Have a good day.